and animals all around. And I was like, oh, okay. So essentially what we did was we sat down for about 2 hours. It was like 10 o'clock. We left around like 12 a.m. in the lounge. Went through a few pictures and a few videos so that she can get enlightened. And I honestly appreciate that a lot because she was very blunt and honest with how she basically felt and and how she basically saw things in the eyes of the media. So because of that, we were inspired to do an event, a university-wide event, where we basically contrast some of these things that the media has created about the continent of Africa and also the place with the entire.
So this is how we're going to run the event. Sam and I have come up with a few questions. We're going to go and ask the panelists, the 4 people over there who will introduce themselves in a minute. We're going to ask them the question, and then it's going to be extremely interactive with the audience. So we're going to ask you guys questions as well if you do not answer some of the questions that we shoot out. So before we get started, can I please have you guys introduce yourselves, our wonderful panelists? Thank you so much for volunteering to do this for us. We can start with Dokun.
You already did.
Well, you can say your last name and your major and what brought you to WVU and where you're from.
You need to know my country too?
Yes.
Alright, my name is Dokun Fadoju. I'm a master's student in safety management from Nigeria. And what brought me to WVU is obviously education. And why did I choose WVU? I have no idea.
Hi, my name is Tonya Iya. I'm a computer science senior. I'm from Nigeria as well. What brought me to WVU? I don't know as well. Like, I went to a college fair and they said that the town was really quiet, so my dad was like, oh yeah, that's where you're going.
My name is Demo Mamoka. I am majoring in political science and I'm from South Africa. And I came to West Virginia, I guess, just because it was a college town and it had a good program for what I'm majoring in.
My name is Bongo Okoya. I actually don't go to school there. I work in Vermont, so I moved here for work, and I go to school in Carnegie Mellon. And I'm from Nigeria, so this is not kind of food.
Now here's the thing, we were supposed to have some more panelists, but they were unable to make it. Where's Patrick?
Okay.
Patrick?
That will be a panel from the back tonight.
Okay, Patrick is also a panelist. Please, Patrick, can you introduce yourself?
Not with you Chick-fil-A though.
Yeah.
Oh, my name is Patrick Rukundo. I'm a biochem major. I'm from Rwanda.
Thank you guys. We're going to go ahead and start with a video.
Okay, now, essentially what we're going to be doing is, there are a few segments that we're going to be looking at. First, we're going to start with violence. Then we're going to go to disease-ridden. Then we're going to go to poverty-stricken. Then we're going to go to homogeneous. And then we're going to go to some personal statements. How this is going to work is we have some videos. We may watch some full videos. Some of them we're going to have to cut it short because it is too darn long. So once we get the videos shown, then we're going to go ahead and throw the questions to our panelists, which each and every one of us can put in an input to, basically make it as interactive as possible. So we're going to kick off and go to the first video from the BBC coverage.
Whenever World Have Your Say comes to Africa, we hear criticisms that the Western media is too negative about this continent. In fact, it happened when we were here in Sierra Leone 18 months ago. We broadcast a program about the Civil War and about reconciliation, and some of our listeners felt we were helping to entrench a reputation for war, brutality, and hunger. Now, with an irony not lost on me, we're also here to gauge reaction to the Charles Taylor verdict and to talk about the Civil War. But we've also taken time to discuss with Sierra Leoneans whether the Western media is getting it right.
As I was leaving the beach, one woman shouted at me in Creole, "You're only here to film the African monkey," she said. I offered to film her comments and include them, but she declined. Another person with criticisms for me was World Have Your Say listener Al Hassan, who kindly asked us round to his flat.
Well, look, I love the BBC, absolutely. But I think your coverage on Africa and the Africans has to improve. You guys inadvertently concentrate on the downside. Africans are poor, they are uneducated, they are uncivilized, they are barbaric. I think that has to change. You want to report? You paint a complete picture. How about our beaches? How about the hospitality of our culture? How about the extremely brilliant young Africans that have changed the world? How about African Nobel Prize winners?
And in the eyes of the critics, this perceived negativity of the Western media has consequences.
The tourism industry is one of those industries that is affected by the stories that come out in the media. It's very fragile, not just in Sierra Leone, but globally. We often have clients who, when they mention that they're coming to Sierra Leone, for example, the first questions that they get asked is have they taken out life insurance? And then, of course, they come to Sierra Leone and they find out that Sierra Leone is nothing like the image that is actually portrayed in the press.
I wondered how the local media tackles this issue. Does it have a responsibility to focus on the positives in Sierra Leone and in Africa?
Good morning, Sierra Leone. The program
To find out, I visited the national broadcaster SLBC to be a guest on Good Morning Sierra Leone and to meet its Director General.
One is to make a film for Royal Andrew Say's TV edition where we're discussing whether the Western media is too negative about Africa.
If we talk about good journalism, we talk about how important it is for us to cover far areas of the country and give people voices. And we talk about the mountain ranges, we talk about the sea view, we talk about the beaches that we have, so that we can attract people to see the good side of Sierra Leone.
And how do you go about telling the country about the serious problems there are?
We want to be very careful how we tell our own stories. When Africans hear bad stories from their African reporters, they feel that it's coming from a genuine background. And so we sort of appreciate the fact that, yes, we have searched ourselves, we are a mirror to ourselves, and we're able to say, yes, this is our problems.